the Spirit of God here on campus singing Shine. Come on, clap your hands. Can you help me sing? Come on, you know it. I feel the Spirit of love shining through me, shining through me. I feel the Spirit of love shining through me, shining through me. Can you say that? I feel the Spirit of love shining through me, shining through me. I feel the Spirit of love shining through me, shining through me. Shine, shine, shining through me, shining through me. Shine, shine, shining through me, shining through me. I feel the Spirit of peace shining through me, shining through me. I feel the Spirit of peace shining through me, shining through me. Sing it with me. I feel the Spirit of peace shining through me, shining through me. I feel the Spirit of peace shining through me, shining through you. Lift it up, lift it up. Shine, 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 shining through me, shining through you. Shine,
Shine,
shine, shining through me, shining through
this
you.
little light of mine,
Yeah,
this little light of mine, gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it. Good morning, Unity of Sacramento. We welcome you to the Sunday worship celebration here on our magnificent campus. And we are sending you a beam of light right where you are. It is love on tap this morning. And so we are so grateful and thankful that you decided that you're going to rise and shine and be all that God has created you to be. That's right. That's the reason why you're here right now, because you know that when you tap into this powerful wave that's coming from this ocean of devotion called Unity of Sacramento, that your light is being ignited. You're being ignited with the very light of God. I'm Reverend Kevin Ross. My friends call me Rev Kev, and so can you. I'm the senior minister of this spiritual community. And every Sunday, we establish a field of belonging, letting you know that no matter who you are, no matter who you love, no matter where you're from, no matter how you vote or not vote, but we want you to vote. When you are here on this campus or in our virtual spaces, you are at home. You belong. And so we welcome you to this service today. We're walking and operating with a high vision for the world. And that's what gives us a sense of compass here. We simply affirm each week, centered in God, we co-create a world of peace, prosperity, and unconditional love for all. And when we say for all here at Unity of Sacramento, we mean no one is left out of this circumference that God is. No one is left out of this circle of light, this circle of love. All are included in this. And that's the world that we're building. And we have an assignment. In this community, we are on a mission to reconnect you and I to a seminal truth, that we're not simply the bodies that we brought here, but that we are spiritual beings. We're first spiritual beings on a spiritual journey, awakening to that divine nature. And because we are awake to that divine nature, we can be a force for good in the world. And so our mission reminds us to inspire and empower people to awaken to their divine nature and be a force for good in the world. And I believe when we are being a force for good in the world, I believe that we're stepping in league with what the master teacher said, that we should go into all the world and be a light. And so that's what we're here today for. And so since we're here for that, we might as well carry it out, right? So 1, 2, this little light of mine,
This little light of
I'm
mine,
gonna let it shine.
I'm gonna let it
This
shine.
little light of mine,
This little light of
I'm
mine,
gonna let it shine.
I'm gonna let it
Everywhere
shine.
I go,
This little light of
I'm
mine,
gonna let it
I'm
shine.
gonna let it
This
shine.
little light of
This
mine,
little light of
I'm gonna
mine,
let it,
I'm gonna let it
this little
shine.
light of
This
mine,
little light of
I'm gonna let it
mine, I'm gonna let it
This
shine.
little light of
This
mine,
little light of
I'm gonna let it shine.
I'm gonna let it
Everywhere
shine.
I
This
go,
little light of
I'm gonna let it
mine,
shine.
I'm gonna let it
This
shine.
little light of
This little light of
I'm gonna let it,
I'm gonna let it shine.
Woo! And I know that you are rising and shining and you're feeling the waves and the heat coming from this room already because you're lit up with the divine light of the Christ. And we're thanking you for easing into this space today. I invite you to continue to stay lit up today as we open up a prayer field now for our beloveds, no matter who they are and where they are. They are blanketed in this field of prayer. So I want you to take a moment now to become mindful of those in your life who are reaching out for prayer, who could use the powerful energy sent in their direction this morning. I want you to bring them to mind, your friends, your family, your loved ones. You might want to like and share this so that they can actually hear us and see and witness you typing in the chat room their names. You know, one of the ways you can be an invitation to people to share a collective spiritual experience is just, share this broadcast, but also call their names in prayer. That there's no separation really, that we're all in the one mind, that mind of spirit that is everywhere all at the same time operating. And so if you would, just type the name of your beloveds in the chat room or speak their name out loudly, but enter them now into this field of prayer. You see, prayer doesn't necessarily change things. It changes me, and then I go forth and change things. We bring into this field of prayer Aunt Sherry Jolly, the aunt of my executive assistant, Suhir Bruce, who called in this morning for prayer for her aunt who is in critical condition. We hold her in intensive prayer this morning, knowing that the will of God is being done in her life, right where she is. There is no spot where God is not. We continue to hold high on the altar our beloved Carol Williams, knowing that right where she is, she's accepting her full and complete wholeness, living up to her divine assignment to be a powerful light in the world. We're knowing for Carol that she's completely unified with the God that she has come to understand, and that God is working in and through and as her in this holy instant. We hold our beloved Marsha Watson in prayer, seeing her completely healed and fully energized by the power and the presence and the love of God. And as you continue to remember those for whom are reaching out and calling on that powerful presence, whatever their dreams and desires are, hold the vibration that it's already done. Somebody type in the chat room, it's already done. It's already done. For our thoughts, our prayers. As we sing out together, our thoughts, our prayers. Hold the vibration, it's already done. Our thoughts, our prayers. And we're always praying. And we are always praying. Our thoughts, our prayers.
Our thoughts are prayers.
Be careful what you're saying.
Be careful what
Seek
you're
a higher
saying.
consciousness. Seek a higher consciousness. state of peacefulness, a state of peacefulness. I know that God is always there. As every thought becomes a prayer. Sing it with us at home. Our thoughts are prayers. Our thoughts are prayers. And we're always praying. And we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Our thoughts are prayers. Be careful what you say.
Be careful what
Seek a higher consciousness. Higher consciousness. A state of peacefulness. A state of peacefulness. And know that God is always there. As every thought becomes a prayer. And we continue this vibration, holding for you, holding for your family, your friends, your loved ones, holding for the city of Sacramento, holding for the state of California, the United States of America, the entire world right now. You're holding that each and every one of us is feeling this power that God is, canceling out anything that would obstruct us from connecting to this power that knows us individually, has counted upon each and every one of us to just awaken to that power. That is the power that is healing. That is the power that is prospering. That's the power right now that is making your dreams come true. It's already done. So we accept what is already done. We get into the feeling of what's already done. And as we move into that feeling of what's already done, then the Spirit of the living God falls afresh on us. And we are made new. And so I place your children lovingly in your care and keeping, dear God. Not my will, but your will is done and cannot be otherwise. And so it is. Amen and amen. So we prepare now for breathing space. And as we prepare for it, continue to add names into this prayer field. It's activated for certain. Field is activated. It's charged. And I just want you to continue to know whatever it is or was, it's already done. Keep typing that in the chat room and affirming in your heart, because you came here today with something on your heart. I want you to know it's already done. It's already done. We're now quickening and awakening into the knowledge of where it is. We seek, we will find what is already done. Yes? We enter into the breathing space. This is our period of meditation and contemplation, working with our book, Breathing Space, a 52-week meditation journey for centered, soulful, and successful living. 52 weeks. So you've got something you can work with on a cyclical basis, beloveds. It's a tool. Work with the tools. Work with the tools, and it works if you work it. So happy to have co-authored this. God co-authored this through the consciousness of our Senior Associate Minister, Reverend Eric Over Donaldson, and yours truly. And we enjoyed every single inspiration that flowed through this fantastic tool. It is bringing together meditation and journaling. So you have a process. You have a process that can deepen your practice. And some of you are going to try it. Some of you have been. And I'm grateful that you are. We are working with week 2, day 1, page 21. The word for today is amends. The word for today is amends. And our declaration says, I humbly and promptly clean up what I mess up and speed the way to healing. I humbly and promptly clean up what I mess up and speed the way to healing. And for the third time, maybe point to yourself as you take this journey with us. I humbly and promptly clean up what I mess up and speed the way to healing. I love this prayer that opens this reading. It says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the person I cannot change, to change the person that I can, and the wisdom to know that that person is me. Here's the reading. Face it. Despite our best intentions, we all mess up. We all make mistakes. We all get it wrong from time to time. We all hurt someone's feelings, and at times, we even sabotage ourselves. This is a part of our human journey. And while we all miss the mark, how we respond can make all the difference in our growth. The tendency to defend ourselves and double down on our positions or avoid the consequences of our actions only prolongs the rift created by the offense. In the final analysis, our greatest assets in the earth schools are our relationships. Among the ways we can benefit by our mistakes is by choosing to take credit for the ways in which we have fallen short without all of the drama. Own the breakdowns in communication. Own the errors in judgment. Own the disloyalty. Own the betrayal. Simply own it. Taking credit is accepting responsibility for the ways in which we have fallen short or created pain for someone else, either intentionally or unintentionally. A clear indication that you have taken credit is through actions to heal the relationship by humbly apologizing and accepting responsibility and making amends. When we have truly made amends, we have learned and carry out the action that would bring healing to the party we offended. We live another day, not free from mistakes, but better equipped to handle them. Let's turn within now. Prepare ourselves to meditate on that word. This idea of making receptive. Now let's become conscious of our breath and our breathing. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth in a cyclical fashion. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Try it a few times. In through the nose. Do the practice, please. Work with it. Out through the mouth. One more time, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Let the tension melt all the way down from the top of your head to the tip ends of your toes. You are dissolving any tension in the body temple, and you're an open channel for the flow of spirit that is available right here and right now. That's available to free you, to heal you, and to reconnect you in love with all those with whom have harmed you or with whom you have brought harm. Deep breath, and now fall right into the center. Go right into that secret place. He that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Feel yourself under the shadow. Feel yourself safe and protected and free from shame and blame and drama and trauma. Feel yourself in the same way that God sees you. You are my beloved, with whom I am well pleased. This revelation was not exclusive to the person Jesus, but to the Jesus principle that is resident in everyone accepting his own divine sonship, divine oneship with God. You are my beloved, with whom I am well pleased. Affirm that silently within yourself. I am God's beloved, with whom God is well pleased. Hear in your spirit the voice of God saying, neither will I accuse you. Go and sin no more. Feel within yourself the dropping of the self-accusing spirit. Take a breath. Remind yourself that I am a good person who made a bad choice, but I am a good person. I choose to make amends because I am a good person. I am God's beloved, with whom God is well pleased. Feel that in your entire being. See that for everyone, everywhere. Hold everyone everywhere harmless for the ways they've fallen short. Now search your own soul for where you need to make amends. Do this now in the silence. Remember to breathe. We give thanks, dear God, for your reconciling power that restores, that renews, that regenerates, and reminds us of the truth of who we are and the truth of who we are for one another. Give us the courage to take credit for the ways we fall short. And allow us to grow spiritually because of it. So it is. So we are. Amen. Amin. Ashe, Aho, Hotep. Shalom. Om Shanti. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. Namaste. Let's receive our music ministry.
Order my steps in your word, dear Lord. Lead me, guide me every day. Send your anointing, God, I pray. Order my steps in your word. Please order my steps in your word. Oh, humbly I ask you, teach me your will. While you are working, help me be filled. Oh God, you're busy. Help me to know you're real. Please order my steps in your word. Please order my steps in your word. Oh, write on my tongue. Let my words edify. Let the words of my mouth be acceptable in thy sight. Take charge of my thoughts, both day and night. Please order my steps in your word. Please order my steps in your word. I want to walk worthy. I want to walk worthy of my calling to fulfill. Please order my steps, Lord, as I do your blessed will. The world is ever changing, but you are still the same. And if you order my steps, God, as I praise your name, because I want to walk worthy, I want to walk worthy of the calling I have to fulfill. Please order my steps, Lord, as I do your blessed will. The world is ever changing, but God, your love is still the same. And as you order my steps, God, I'll praise your name. Oh, order my steps in your word. Order my tongue in your word. Guide my feet in your word. Please wash my heart in your word. Show me how to walk in your word. Show me how to talk in your word. And when I need a brand new song to sing, show me how to let your praises ring in your word. your word. Please order my steps in your word. Please order my steps in the word.
That's Redalia Kilson holding it down all by herself. Give her some love and appreciation. Giving thanks. Yeah. Chakra's in the house this morning. Loving and appreciating them. Jeff on the drums, Rob on the bass, Ash on the lead. And that's Chet Swalek on the keys this morning. Give him a little taste of that, guys. Give him a little more of that, guys. Let him feel it. Let him feel it. Talk to us, Osh. Talk to us a little bit, Osh. Just talk to us. Talk to us a little bit, Osh. Come on. Feel into it now. Feel into it. This field that's established by this music ministry is the conditioner for your soul this morning to receive what you came here hungering and thirsting to receive. We don't come here accidentally and randomly. We're here on purpose, with a purpose. And those that come hungry and thirsty shall be fed this morning. Giving thanks, hearts and thumbs up in the chat room. And give thanks in the house for the blessing, the message given through music today. God bless you, Redalia. I want to begin this morning by making a personal confession. I've got to do it. We're here in the Lenten season. And I made a big, bold declaration in my Lenten journey that in addition to giving up spiritually this need to have it all my way, which I am continuing to do, I told you that I was partnering the giving up of some food item, and what I decided to give up was sugar and things that were based in sugar. And during the Lenten season, that's what I wanted to do as a symbol of my commitment to this need to have it my way. So I've been doing the other part, but then the Girl Scouts come along with Girl Scout season during the Lenten season. Now, how are the Girl Scouts going to compete with Jesus during the Lent? I mean, come on now. And they're just so cute and darling and available at every store, every corner, with all of those precious cookies that they made themselves personally, packed them and boxed them. And they've got it down. Girl Scout cookies, just $5. And of course, I initially decided, well, okay, I'll get some and bring them home for the other folks who are non-sugar fasting folks. I bring them home. But then I left them in the car for a while. And the wafting in my car of I actually bought my favorites, the lemon drop. What are the lemons and the shortbread? God help you know exactly what I'm talking about. And before I knew it, I had opened the package because maybe I was going to hand some to the folks in the house as I got home. But my hand came in contact with the impress of the actual cookie. And before I knew it, my salivary glands, who knows what I'm talking about? Now, don't leave me out here by myself. I've got to confess the thing. And the salivary glands, the olfactory senses, all of those had gone into past programming. Who knows what I'm talking about? And before I knew it, there were crumbs in my car. The crumbs weren't there before, but somehow they managed to be there. And I looked up, and there were no cookies to offer anybody. So I had to go and buy some more in order to keep my intention of blessing the people that I live with, and of course supporting the Girl Scouts. We have to support the Girl Scouts. And so I ask your forgiveness, for I have sinned and fallen short of the glory. I really ask your forgiveness, and I want you to hold me accountable. You see, when we make a mistake, we must confess it so that we don't sit in the associated shame that comes with, falling short of our word. Even something as simple as the giving up. So I want to model this for you, but I'm working it out for me. So we're going to hit the reset button in myself. I forgive myself for falling short on the word that I gave you and others. And I'm telling y'all now, come to my house and eliminate everything. Shut the Girl Scouts down and the stores, everybody. Just shut it down so I can get through this Lent without further distraction from my commitment. Oh, dear God, strengthen me. I couldn't carry that. I told them last night. I'm going to tell them today. I told them I'm going to tell them. Don't tell them. Then they're going to feel like they can stop. No, they're going to rise up and support me, right? Isn't that what we're going to do? And I'm getting through this Lent. I promise you. I'm going to do it. So help me, God. So now we are coming back to our Lenten lesson series that we have opened up, entitled, Meet the Way Shower. Meet the Way Shower. Life lessons from the Master Teacher. And we've been walking through this series of lessons, coming to make a new pivot in how we relate to Jesus. We are pivoting now from our traditional ways of knowing Jesus for the purpose of our own soul's growth and unfoldment. So we're shifting. And I want to begin with a quote this week that I think will help to set a powerful context for us in our learning today. Life is a school, and as long as you breathe, you are enrolled. Life is a school, and as long as you breathe, you are enrolled. These are the words of the mastermind through the lips and the pen of our senior associate minister, Reverend Eric Ovid Donaldson. And these words are so powerful because they help us to understand then why we are here. What are we here for? We are in the earth school. Did you hear that? I want to reframe how we have ourselves being here so that we understand that we are here on a journey of learning and growing, We're not merely here to take of the earth, of its resources, and take of each other from our relationships. We are actually here because you and I, you may want to type this in the chat room, you and I are unfolding spiritual beings. You and I are here to unfold. Do you know what unfold means? That is that there is something in you, something that you're loaded and coated with that must come into expression. And we do this through the evolution of our souls by our willingness to learn and grow. And when we are not learning and growing, we are simply what I call lateralizing. Lateralizing. That is, our growth, we're swelling. You understand there's a distinction between growth and swelling. Did you hear what I said? You're getting wider. That's swelling. You understand? Does not mean that there is growth. Growth always creates health. When I'm growing, I am getting healthier and healthier, wholer, fuller, freer. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So lateralizing is just moving left to right. Who knows what I'm talking about? Haven't really made any vertical moves. When I'm verticalizing, I'm growing, I'm expanding, I'm taking one foot off of a lower rung and bringing it to another, a higher rung. Do you get that? And so if we can reframe how we have life from this place of accumulation of things and people and relationships and stories and memories and all, this accumulative thing, always at the lateral horizontal plane, and then reframe it to be one that life is a school, and the school exists and presents me with my own unique curriculum. Who gets their own curriculum? Don't you love an individualized curriculum plan? One that's tailored just for you? Unfortunately, some of us like to learn it the hard way. Anybody ever learn it the hard way? Some of us have a PhD in the school of hard knocks. There was a play that I enjoyed and my kids enjoyed, and we would bump this song in the morning. They even revised this song. It's a hard knock life for us. Is a hard knock life for, and the hip hop artist got a hold of it, put a little rap on it, and it's a hard knock life. What play was that? And look at all y'all know Annie. Little orphans in the house. Yes, because rather than submit ourselves to this idea that I am here to unfold my soul, to fulfill my divine potential, to learn and grow, we want to struggle. And we struggle by being unwilling to open our minds to any new information. Have you ever met a know-it-all? Are you sitting at home next to one? If you pay close attention to the know-it-alls, they're laterally moving, making progress in life, if you call that progress. Just moving side to side. The way shower comes to help us move higher and higher in our connection with the Spirit. And so we present Jesus as a way shower so that we can move into the place of being disciples. A teacher comes to make disciples. What did I say last week that a disciple is? See, that's an old word. We don't use it every day. In fact, when I was growing up in Chicago, a disciple, if you were you're a disciple, you were a gang member. There was like folk, I don't even want to say it because some of y'all might remember that you were in one of these gangs, and if I hollered out too much, I might get shot up right in here. You couldn't say these things out loud. Actually, when I was growing up, if you said disciples and the opposite gang was there, you had just opened yourself up for attack. But folks and disciples and vice lords and all those other things, how does Rev Kev know all this? And what does it have to do with Sunday morning? Not a thing. I was saying that this is old language, but really, the way shower comes to make students. And if I can become a student, then I can also become, you ready for this? You ready for this? You ready for this? I can also become a way shower. Uh-oh. Did you hear what I said? So we present Jesus as a way shower in the earth school because there's some things we have to learn so that there can be a continuation of his consciousness in the earth. Does not stop with his individual personality. So now let's get some text here for us. Because this is one of the first life lessons that those of us in the earth school and on the spiritual journey are being guided toward by the way shower, recorded in several places in the scripture. But as we're meeting the first students, Jesus' first students, let's look at Mark 1, 16 through 20. I'll start with 18. 18 through, let's go 18 through 22. As Jesus was walking beside the Sea of Galilee, he saw two brothers, Simon, called Peter, and his brother Andrew. They were casting a net into the sea, for they were fishermen. "Come, follow me," Jesus said, "and I will make you fishers of men." I love this next verse. And at once, type it in the chat room. And at once, type it in the chat room. And at, come on, in the house, once, they left their nets and followed him. Going on from there, he saw two other brothers, James, son of Zebedee, and his brother John. They were in a boat with their father Zebedee, mending their nets. Jesus called them, and immediately they left the boat and their father and followed him. I want you to hold on to these verses for a minute. Catch the imagery of it as we explore this idea, really these two first life lessons that the way shower comes to teach us. The first life lesson that the way shower comes to teach us, you ready for this? It is to invite you to leave your nets. Leave your nets. Another version of this says, drop your nets. What is our net? Metaphysically, what are we saying? Our net is our present consciousness. Our present consciousness. What we have come to know thus far, where we have grown to up to this point. Our net is what we presently can hold with our current mindset. He is inviting us to consider, you ready for this? Consider laying aside some of your underlying beliefs and some of the ways that you have believed that have served you up to this point but cannot take you where you want to go. Are you hearing me? Imagine being a fisherman with nets too small to capture what you're looking for. Out there fishing with something that can't pull in what you think you want and what you feel in your heart. Do you hear what I'm talking about this morning? Why can't I prosper? Why can't I succeed? Why can't I get a good break in life? Why don't the good things ever happen to me? Because your net is too small. And so the way shower recognizes this and invites us to drop our nets. Type it in the chat room. Drop your nets. Invites us to drop our nets. Now, this can make some of us feel really insecure, because I have gotten comfortable with the way I do things. I know this hell very well. In fact, I am the king of this hell. I don't want to know about these unknown heavens you're talking about. I'd rather hold on to these hells that I know very well. I know this hell. I know the hell of depression and the hell of sickness. Don't come in here talking to me about health outside of this, because I've got this thing down. See, at the first thing in the morning, I take this pill. And the next thing in the morning, by the afternoon, I've got this going. Dude, who knows what I'm talking about? You've learned how to conform yourself to a norm that is beneath the privilege of the child of God. The mastermind, through the consciousness of Jesus the Christ, speaks the words to the disciples who are by the Sea of Galilee. Leave your nets. And I want to talk to some of you who keep being in the struggle. Cycles of poverty. Cycles of sickness, cycles of depression, cycles of bitterness and anger, cycles of stuckness. Allow the way shower to offer you some new information so that you can come out of there. We cannot live and call ourselves spiritual beings living in a spiritual universe governed by spiritual laws, but we show forth no fruits. They ask the question, well, how will you know that they are followers of the master teacher? How will they know? He says, you will know them. You will know a tree by the fruit that it bears. Type in the chat room, I'm committed to bearing good fruit. Type it in the chat room, I'm committed to bearing good fruit. But in order to do this, I've got to be willing to recognize, I believe Albert Einstein said, that the problem cannot be solved at the level that the problem was created. This old net won't do it. It was good for its time, yes? There's a song. And this song is depictive of why many people come here. Give me that old-time religion. Give me that old-time religion. Give me that old-time religion. It's good enough for me. It was good enough for my mother. It was good enough for my mother. It was good enough for my mother. It's good enough for me. No, it's not. Why? Why? Because something in your soul is not completely satisfied with that. You wouldn't be showing up in a place like this. Because something about it didn't completely break you through. Something about it, it feels good. Yes, it can feel good. Anything that we're familiar with can feel good. There's some feel-good shoes that got holes in them. Do you know what I'm talking about? My best shoes, who knows about those best shoes you got on? They broken in, they've got holes in them, but boy, I can't go far in them. Are you hearing me today? Master teacher, the way shower, is coming to help you get you some new shoes that can take you wherever you want to go. Am I willing to lay aside the old belief? Am I willing to lay aside the old habit? Listen to me about this habit. Every choice you and I make, every choice that we fail to make from our limited consciousness These choices lead to the person we become. Did you hear what I said? And if I am choosing from a broken pattern, if I'm choosing from a limited pattern, from a stuck place, guess what? I am producing and reproducing in my experience. More of the same. The mastermind, through the lips of the way shower, Jesus the Christ, says, leave your nets. And then the second lesson, oh, wait. Let me not miss this. The invitation to leave your nets is the first action that you and I take, yes? On our path to spiritual growth. Okay, I admit, I don't know it all, and I'm open to learning something more than what I've been taught, because everybody around me seems to not have gotten the lesson. Ever been there? Ain't nobody prosperous around here. Nobody happy. Nobody free. Who knows what I'm talking about? Have you ever been there? I'm letting this go. And that's why I asked you to type in the chat room, and it said, at once. What was it? Come on. At once. I want to have the spiritual wisdom to be able to discern within myself when God is speaking to me. I don't care who it comes through. It can come through the voice of a little child. Are you with me? Selling Girl Scout cookies. It doesn't matter who it comes through. When that voice comes to us, come on, ten hut at once. I recognize the voice of God. And that is the first lesson the way shower teaches us to learn to recognize the voice of indwelling God. Are you with me? Without it, we're lost. Without it, we are without guidance. Without it, we are struggling in darkness. Are you hearing me? Type in the chat room, I will move at once. Let's say it in the house. I will move at once when I am called by the Spirit. Try it again. I will move at once when I am called by the Spirit. So you see, you then are initiating yourself. This is the first step in your own mastery. This is the first step in your own becoming a way shower, is that I know how to answer when I'm called. I can identify the voice of Spirit, and I answer when I'm called. I don't care how much energy there is around me to the contrary. Have you ever had so many naysayers who can present a perfect argument? Now listen here, Peter. Mrs. Peter is at home. And she counting on you to bring that fish home today. Don't you put those nets down. Don't you walk off that good paying job that's got benefits and you're going to be vested and get some Social Security. Anybody here listening to me today? You know what I'm talking about? Don't you walk away following this fool. What you talking about? Talking about you want to start a business and write your own book. What you talking about? I sent you out there. I made your lunch for a reason. Pressed your pants and shined your boots. Come on, talk to me today. You get out there and you get that fish and bring it right back here. And if you have to stay there all day long, we're going to struggle with this fish that I sent you out there to get. Are you hearing me? I want to take a moment to acknowledge one of our beloveds, Robert Woods, who participates in the Dream series every time we offer it, and he has released another book just a couple days ago. And it seems so outside of who he is. This time the book is It's a novel. Now, if you know Robert Woods, he's a financial wizard. But he's found a way to create this novel. It's like this thick. I'll be done with it by the time I'm 50, which is about another 40 years from now. But what about being called out and being a yes to becoming a creative soul and discovering an aspect of yourself that you didn't even know was present before? The way shower is always coming to lead you in that direction. Say with me, I'm coming out of the box. Come on, I'm coming out of the box. I'm coming out of the box. You will be met with resistance when you step outside the box. You will be met with disagreement when you start to choose this higher calling. Here's that higher calling. Listen to it again. Leave your nets, and I will make you fishers of men. Metaphysically, I am taking you to a level far beyond what you can possibly imagine. You got a job now. I'm about to give you a mission. Did you hear what I said? You get the distinction between having a job and a what? Come on, a mission. How you show up to life when you've got a mission. You can drag those bones out of bed when you've got a what? Come on, a mission. You recognize that I'm here for a reason. I'm here for a purpose. I'm not here to just clock in and clock out. I'm doing something for God. That is a part of what the Wayshower comes here to help us to see. Making you fishers of men is placing you in the field of service to God, who has an assignment for your life. Type in the chat room, I'm here by divine assignment, and I must complete, come on, the assignment. Type it in there. I'm here by divine assignment. Let's say it in the house. I'm here by divine assignment, and I must complete the assignment. Come on, I must complete the assignment. One more time, I must complete the assignment. This is one of the first utterances that we hear from the master teacher when he was in his teenage years in the temple talking back to his mama. You remember? Don't you remember it? Now, he didn't have my mama, thank God. That would have been the last verse and chapter. And he talked back to his mama, and that's all we got on him. Haven't seen him since. We've been looking for him ever since. Oh, boy. I'll never forget talking back to my mama. But I'm recovering still from it today. That explains part of my mental condition here. She made contact with in a very permanent way. He says to his mother, who was worried about him, that he was off track. He was not flowing with them as they were traveling. He disappeared from them. He was lost seemingly to Mary. And he turns to his mother and says, don't you know I must be about my Father's business? Oh, there's a difference between having a job and being about, come on, the Father's business. Oh, if we can live from that place in the center of our souls, that I have a divine assignment, and maybe you don't understand the assignment. Beloveds, there will be people in your life who don't understand the assignment. Why? Because it was not given to them. Are you hearing me? Stop distracting me from my assignment. I got to get my homework done. Are you with me? So the invitation from the way shower is first and foremost to show us how to respond promptly when we hear from the voice of Spirit, which then initiates us from know-it-alls to then students or disciples who are on a mission. Now I'm awakened because I'm not just here to move widgets around and that sort of thing. I'm here on a divine assignment. Now my life has been immediately elevated. Immediately. Just in my sacred yes. Type in the chat room, I'm willing to give my sacred yes. Come on. I'm willing to give, come on, my sacred yes. That's what I love about these guys that are spoken of in the scriptures here. It said at once, at once, at once. Sometimes we don't run downstairs at once when our favorite meal is being made for us. We call down to dinner. All right, I'm almost done. I just got to finish this thing up. Who knows what I'm talking about? I'll be that right. It's going to get cold. It's going to get cold. They said at once they dropped their nets. That's how instant I want to be. That's how connected I want to be and you to be. And sensitive to when the Spirit is giving you an invitation because it always verticalizes you. It elevates you immediately. So then the first thing was leave your nets. And the second lesson there was follow me. What was it? Follow me. When our eyes have been spiritually opened, we can see the way shower for who the way shower is. As someone who has come specifically and particularly for us to show us a path that's meant for us, then I make the decision, I'm going to follow this one. Who's ever had a teacher, a mentor, an inspiration, a coach, someone that you knew was God with skin on the bones? Ever have a God with skin on the bones come into your experience and speak to you in a language that you can understand? Here's a clue, beloveds. Here's a clue, beloveds. Here's a clue, beloveds. When the way shower appears in your life and asks you to follow, the way shower is going to speak to you in a language you can understand. He was talking to fishermen. He was talking to fishermen, and so he used language that fishermen could understand. Drop your, come on, nets. So if you're trying to identify, because sometimes we're in that battle between, is that my voice or the voice of God? Who knows what I'm talking about? Is that me talking again, or is that the voice of Spirit? Who knows what I'm talking about? I'm telling you, when it's the Spirit, it's going to speak in a language that you can understand, and you know, oh, wait. It's a little spooky, but how you know all my business? How you know all about that? Because that is part of the work of the way shower. Way shower will come in the form of your coach. The way shower will come in the form of your mentor. The way shower will come in the form of a spiritual leader, a political activist, an artist. However, the way shower shows up, the way shower is representing the love of God. Why? Write this down, type it in the chat room. God never loves generally. God loves particularly. God never loves generally. God loves, come on, particularly. You will know that you are to follow because it has come to you in a very particular way. This is for me. You've heard me say that when I saw Les Brown stand on the stage, and I had this vision of being a speaker as a little kid, and he was standing up there lighting up the room, and he used to say this when he'd be up there. Maybe I'm only here for just one person. Have you heard him say that before? Maybe I don't know who I came here to touch and inspire, but maybe I'm just here for one person. But if you're the one, I want you to say within your heart, I'm the one. I'm the one. I'm the one. And I remember being there saying, I'm the one. I'm the one. And I knew right then and there, that's going to be my mentor. I said, God, I don't care. There had to be about 500 other people in the room on that particular day. I said, he came here especially for me. Do you have the audacity to claim it? That God knows how to get very particular about the thing. And so after it was over and the crowds thinned down, I walked up, little Kevin Ross. I'm certain I had a suit on because I think I was born with one on. It must have been very difficult labor for my mother. Mr. Brown, I'm the one. You were talking to me. And if you show me how to do what you just did, I'll go all over this country and inspire young people to be their very best and to change the world. He says, give me your phone number, young man. I'm going to call you one day. I was like, okay, 773-568-5180. That's 773-568-5180. 773. I got it. Weeks went by, and you know back then, in those days, there were no cell phones. Clutch your pearls, young people. There were no cell phones, and dinosaurs still walked the earth. We had the phone on the wall in the kitchen, and the cord was this long. You could just walk it from one side of the house to the other. Just long cord. Who knows what I'm talking about? Had no form in the cord at all. Months and weeks passed by. Months and weeks. No call from Les Brown. And one day, my mother walks in. Son, you have a phone call. Okay. He says his name is Les Brown. I said, no, Mom, you kidding me? This is not Les Brown. Son, Les Brown's on the phone. You might want to go take the call. And I go and I run to the kitchen where the phone was installed, and I'm out of breath. Les, is that you, really? Hi, Kevin, it's Les Brown. I told you I was going to call you. How you doing, young man? I'm doing great, Les. He said, you ready to get started with this thing? I said, yes, I'm ready to get started with this thing. All right, now listen, I'm going to ask you to do some things that you've never done before. But if you're willing to do some things that you've never done before, you'll go some places that you've never been before. Are you ready to do some things that you've never done before in order to go some places that you've never been before? I said, yes, sir. He says, the next time I see you, I want you to just carry my bags with me at my speaking engagements. I said, carry your bags? I'm Johnny Coleman's child. Ha ha! But what he was saying to me is, Kevin, I need you to drop your nets. I need you to come to a place where you have some humility and be teachable. I will take you to some places that you've never been before if you can drop. All right, I'm carrying Les Brown's bags. I'm walking around in stadiums, backstage at hotels, carrying his bags. One day he says, Kevin, I want you to press these pants. Press these, what? I'm Johnny Coleman's child. I'm pressing your pants, and I'm pressing his pants. But before long, I was absorbing the consciousness of one who had attained his master shoes. And then before long, I developed the courage within myself to say, I can do the same thing he's doing. But I'm going to do it with young people. I said, Les, I'm working on my own thing. I'm working on something. I'm going to run it by you when you get some time. All right, Kevin, you just keep your bags packed. I said, why? He says, because you're going places. Keep your bags packed because you're going places. So I would keep a bag packed. And I eventually talked to my young friend, David Montgomery, and we formed this tag team youth motivational speaking duo. We called ourselves the Brothers of Thunder. And we would run things by Les Brown. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? He'd tweak it and work with it and tweak it and work with it and tweak it and work with it. And before long, we were at one of these tiny little engagements, got our first little engagement. We're speaking to a room of about 10 people. And we're up there giving our all, putting it all out there, putting it all out there. And after it was over, like, we did it, man. You know, the fist bump wasn't invented at that time. But we high-fived each other. We were so proud. And then on that day at that little engagement, another away show was sitting in the room at the back of the room. And the slow clap went. And it was Johnny Coleman. She was the mentor to Les Brown. And she eventually became my mentor. She says, boys, that was outstanding. I want you to come in and speak Sunday morning at your own church, where the room will have 5,000 people. Can you do it, boys? I said, David, you hear what she said? Yeah, I heard what she said. Yeah, Mom, we can do it. And a few days later, I'm not kidding you, we were standing there in front of 5,000 people, rocking the house. And later after that, we would need to keep our bags packed, because the phone wouldn't stop ringing. We were sent all over this country because we understood God's assignment. If you will just understand the assignment and get out of your own way, get out of your broken nets, and let the master teacher, let the way shower show you how to humble yourself and respond at once, I will take you into rooms that you cannot dream of. I will open up the very windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that your current nets have not room enough to receive. You're going to need some bigger nets for what God is doing for you in your life, in your world, in your affairs, if you would be willing to follow the master teacher. And if you follow the way shower, you'll be shown ways beyond ways. You'll be blessed in ways beyond your imagination. You will be going places, and you'll need to keep a bag packed. I know this to be the truth, and so it is written, and so I have spoken it, and so you have heard it, and so it is. Amen. Amen.
You know my name. You know my name. You know my name. You know my name. And oh, how you walk with me. And oh, how you talk with me. And oh, how you tell me that I am divine. And oh, how you walk with me knows my name. God knows my name. Yeah, 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 yeah. God knows my name. And oh, how God counsels me. And oh, how God comforts me. And it still amazes me that I am divine. Oh, God comforts me. And oh, how God counsels me. And it still amazes me that I am divine. Yeah, yeah. God, you know me, so I trust you with my life. Yeah, I trust you to show me the way. Yeah, I trust you to guide me. I trust you to lead me every step of the way. Yeah, so no fire can burn me, no battle can turn me, no mountain can stop me, because you hold my hand, and I'm walking in the victory, because your power is within me. No giant can defeat me, because you hold my hand. So I'm walking in your victory, because your power is within me. No giant can stop me, because you shown me the way, and I'm walking in God's victory. God's power is within me. No battle can stop me, because God showed me the way, and no fire can burn you, no battle can turn you, no mountain can stop you, because God shows you the way. Come on and walk on in your victory. God's power is within thee. No giant can defeat you, because God holds your hand, and God knows your name. God knows your name. God knows your name. God knows your name. Come on and make it personal. And oh, how God walks with me. And oh, how God talks with me. And oh, how God tells me, yeah, that I am divine. Ooh. Ooh. Come on, let it feel it today. Thank you, God. That was beautiful, Redalia. Wow. All right, you all get ready. You get ready. Get ready. We've set it on fire here for you. Everything in this space is charged and ready for you to walk in the doors next Sunday. Yo, walking on this sacred campus is a blessing unto you. It's already ready for you. It's already done. You're stepping into a pool that's been charged, that the angels have stirred up. All you have to do is step in here. We're going to be open next Sunday, March 27th. Get your clothes out. I know it's been a while. Get them to the cleaners, dust them off, whatever it is you got to do. Get in here. Be in these waters this coming Sunday. We've got it all worked out for you.
All you have to do is come ready to receive your blessing. Come ready to leave a blessing. Come ready to go home by a different route and transform the world where you are. Oh, God knows your name, my Lord. Did you write that one too? Who wrote that? Do we know who wrote? Tasha Cobbs? Give Tasha Cobbs some love. Wow. We're going to be ready for you next week. Please spread the word. I want you to do some good gossip this week. Tell them, I heard. Start your call off with about 10, 11 people. I heard that Unity is going to be open next Sunday. No, they're not. Yes, they are. No, they're not yet. Argue with them for a little while. And I heard it from Rev Kev. And if you don't believe me, go to that website and you're going to hear Rev Kev say we're open March 27th. And they're ready for you. Please help us share that word. We're expecting this place to be full. We will have our friendship hall available next Sunday also so that you can see and love one another and have some food. Don't bring any raw turkeys in here expecting us to cook them now. We're going to have something out for you. I know my people. Rev, we're going to have a whole Thanksgiving up in here. Just come into the spiritual community and just have a family reunion. It's going to be a beautiful time, and I'll have a surprise for you next week when you do. Let's take a moment to let the well of gratitude to just overflow for the word that's gone forth, for the power that has been experienced, for the love that we've received in this holy instant and receiving right now. Let it come through as your reasonable gift back to God, your tithe, your love offering, supporting gift of this Unity ministry. And we're inviting you to be courageous in your giving. Outgive yourself. Drop your old nets of stinginess and the thought of lack, and know that I give freely, I receive freely. I can't outgive God, and the giving that I do blesses me and all that this ministry serves, yes? And so I want you to take a moment to prepare your gifts, your tithes, your love offerings, and watch this short video of how to give to Unity of Sacramento International Spiritual Center. And when you come back, we will bless your gift, and then we will end our service this week. Watch this.
Visit our website at www.unityofsacramento.com. Right there at the top of the front page, you will see a donation button. Click there to visit our safe and secure push pay portal. Another easy way to give is through our Unity of Sacramento app. Download the app on your smartphone or tablet, and on the front page, look toward the bottom of the page for your giving heart, which will also take you to our push pay portal. You can also write us. Send your letters to Unity of Sacramento, 9249 Folsom Boulevard, Sacramento, California, 95826. So many people are shopping online, and if that's what you like to do, then support us through Amazon Smile. Visit smile.amazon.com and designate Unity of Sacramento as your charity of choice. You will automatically be making a contribution to our beloved community. And of course, you can always make your donation by using Venmo or Cash App, as seen on your screen.
Thank you so very much for your support of this ministry. Let me just speak directly to my tithers. I want you to know that it's been your consistent and really quiet support of this ministry that is allocating 1/10 of what God has blessed you with back to this ministry. I want to acknowledge those that have done that and pulled us through a pandemic. consistently and quietly, you've allowed us to be in a position to open our doors tomorrow or next Sunday. And I thank you for that. We see you. We appreciate the ways that you go above and beyond in support of this ministry. You're allowing us to bring on new team members to help us to expand this work. We're not going anywhere. We're not going. I've heard now we're up to 50 Unity ministries that have lost ministers or have closed. We're not going anywhere. We've got to be open right now. Somebody's got to be here still declaring the word. It's going to be us. And you're helping make that happen. Yes? I invite you now to just take your gift. I just gave through my Unity app. And I love to do it this way. I just want to bless now. Bless you, bless the gift that you've given. Thank you, God, for the gifts, the givers, the heart of generosity that continues to expand for the world that we are standing for. We know that we are awakening consciousness through these gifts. We're causing a shift in the world that we live in by your love, by your power, and by means of us. Bless and multiply these gifts and return it to the givers, pressed down, shaken together, and running over in expected and unexpected ways. And so it is. Amen and amen. Remember to be with us next Sunday. Watch your e-blast if you're not getting all of the messages. Sign up, go to our website, unityofsacramento.com, and subscribe to our newsletter. It's wonderful, and all the details about how to participate in our breathing space, way of meditation service, how to participate in our new class, Wayshower 101, which is fire. You can still register for Thursday night Wayshower 101 class with yours truly and Rev E, tag teaming it. We got off to a powerful start last week. You must register for this class, and there's still room for you. You'll be in the Zoom room where we can actually interact. And boy, your questions are epic. Last week, I mean, was it good, Revy? It was powerful. You want to be in Wayshower 101. We take it deeper. It's still the Thursday Night Live, Deeper Live goes to class. So we've opened up a classroom to really make the impact even greater. You can do that online as well through your Unity of Sacramento website. Remember, first Saturday of every month is Hands-on Unity Saturday. Plan to come in and support the spiritual community as we continue to transform your spiritual home. First Saturday. And I think they need a special team they're standing up a new team. Our new director of operations has summoned a clean team. I love it. So that this place is not just open, it's sanitized. It's ready for you when you come back. Yes? All right. All other details are in your Unity of Sacramento newsletter and website, or call the church if you have questions. All right? We love you. We bless you. We thank God for you. Let's sing out our closing song. We all belong. We all belong. We all belong. We all belong.
We all belong.
We all belong. We all belong to the
family of God.
We all belong. 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 We all belong to God's infinite love. And together we'll walk hand in hand, hand in hand, side by side. We will take a stand. Take a stand. We will stand up for love. Hey, all over the world. We all belong. We all belong.
We all belong.
We all belong. We all belong to the family of God. We belong. And so the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, wherever I am, wherever you are, God is, and all is well. And together we'll walk Hand in hand,
hand in hand,
side by side,
side,
we will take a stand.
take a stand.
We will stand up for love
Stand up for love.
all over the world.
All over
For we all belong, we all belong. We all belong, we all belong to the family of God. We belong. Amen and amen.